An unexpected discovery. In the vast expanse of the galaxy, an alien scout ship drifted silently through the void. Its sleek obsidian hull absorbed the faint starlight as it glided past innumerable worlds, searching for signs of life and technology. Commander Zorax, a tall, lithe creature with translucent blue skin and piercing silver eyes, sat at the helm, his slender fingers dancing across the holographic controls. "Commander," a voice called out from across the bridge. It was Lieutenant Ixora, the ship's science officer. "I've detected an anomaly in a nearby star system. It appears to be a planet with an unusually high concentration of electromagnetic activity." Zorax's interest was piqued. "Set a course for the system, Lieutenant. Let's take a closer look." As the scout ship approached the uncharted planet, its sensors came alive, revealing a world teeming with advanced technology. Towering cities sprawled across the surface, connected by a network of gleaming highways. Satellites orbited the planet, beaming streams of data to and from the surface. "Incredible," Ixora breathed, her eyes wide with wonder. "This civilization is far more advanced than we initially thought. Their technology is unlike anything we've encountered before." Zorax leaned forward, his brow furrowed in concentration. "Initiate a deep scan of the planet. I want to know everything about this species before we make contact." But as the scout ship began its scan, an ear-splitting alarm tore through the bridge. Red lights flashed, and the crew scrambled to their stations. "Commander," Ixora cried out, her voice trembling. "We've been detected. The planet's inhabitants have locked onto our position." Zorax felt a chill run down his spine. In all their years of exploration, no civilization had ever been able to pierce their cloaking technology. He knew at that moment that they were dealing with a force to be reckoned with. "Abort the mission," he commanded, his voice steady despite the fear gripping his heart. "Jump to hyperspace. We must report this to the Council immediately." As the scout ship vanished into the void, leaving the mysterious planet behind, Zorax couldn't shake the feeling that they had just stumbled upon something that would change the course of their civilization forever. Humanity takes action. In a top-secret facility deep beneath the Earth's surface, a group of world leaders gathered around a circular table, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of holographic screens. At the head of the table stood General Nadia Ivanova, her sharp features etched with a mixture of concern and determination. "Ladies and gentlemen," she began, her voice commanding the room's attention. "Less than 24 hours ago, our deep space sensors detected an alien presence in close proximity to Mars. We have reason to believe that this is the same entity responsible for the recent surge in UFO sightings across the globe." A murmur rippled through the room as the leaders exchanged anxious glances. General Ivanova raised her hand, silencing the group. "I know this news is alarming, but we have been preparing for this moment for decades. The time has come to unveil our greatest achievement, the HSS Thunderbolt." With a wave of her hand, the general activated a holographic display in the center of the table. The image of a colossal battleship materialized, its angular hull bristling with advanced weaponry and defensive systems. "The Thunderbolt represents the pinnacle of human ingenuity and cooperation," Ivanova continued, pride evident in her voice. "It is the result of years of collaboration between the world's greatest scientific minds and military strategists. And now, it will serve as our first line of defense against any extraterrestrial threat." The leaders, though still apprehensive, nodded in agreement. They knew that the fate of humanity rested on the success of this mission. "We must act swiftly," Ivanova declared, her eyes blazing with resolve. "I propose that we launch the Thunderbolt immediately to intercept the alien vessel. We will attempt to establish peaceful contact, but if necessary, we will be prepared to defend our world at any cost." As the room erupted in a chorus of approval, General Ivanova turned to her aide, a young man with a tablet clutched tightly in his hands. "Send word to Captain Akira Sato," she ordered, her voice low and urgent. Tell her to prepare her crew. The Thunderbolt launches at dawn. A captain's resolve. Captain Akira Sato stood on the bridge of the HSS Thunderbolt, her dark eyes fixed on the endless expanse of space before her. The weight of her mission hung heavy on her shoulders, but she carried it with the grace and determination of a true leader. "Captain," a voice called out from the navigation console. It was Lieutenant Mikhail Volkov, his fingers flying across the holographic controls. "We're approaching the coordinates where the alien vessel was last detected." Akira nodded, her jaw set in a firm line. "Bring us out of hyperspace, Lieutenant. It's time to face our destiny." As the Thunderbolt decelerated, the distant stars transformed from streaks of light into pinpricks against the inky void. The bridge crew held their collective breath, waiting for the first glimpse of the alien ship. "Captain." Ensign Lena Sorensen spoke up from the communication station, her voice trembling slightly. "I've been working on a universal translator based on the limited data we have on the alien language. It's not perfect, but it might help us establish a dialogue." Akira smiled, a flicker of warmth in her eyes. "Excellent work, Ensign. We'll need every advantage we can get if we hope to resolve this situation peacefully." As the crew prepared for the impending encounter, Akira's thoughts drifted to the billions of lives counting on her success. She thought of her family back on Earth, her parents and younger sister, blissfully unaware of the danger that loomed just beyond their world's horizon. "I won't let them down," she whispered to herself, her hand instinctively reaching for the pendant that hung around her neck, a gift from her father when she first joined the space fleet. With a deep breath, Captain Akira Sato squared her shoulders and faced the view screen, ready to confront whatever challenges lay ahead. She knew that the fate of humanity rested on the outcome of this mission, and she was determined to see it through, no matter the cost. First contact. The HSS Thunderbolt and the alien scout ship hung suspended in the void, two behemoths locked in a silent standoff. On the bridge of the human vessel, Captain Akira Sato leaned forward in her command chair, her eyes narrowed as she studied the sleek, obsidian hull of the alien craft. "Open a channel," she ordered, her voice steady and calm. "Ensign Sorensen, initiate the universal translator." As the communication link crackled to life, Akira cleared her throat. "This is Captain Akira Sato of the HSS Thunderbolt, representing the United Earth Space Fleet. We come in peace, seeking to establish a dialogue between our two civilizations." For a moment, there was only silence. Then a voice, distorted and alien, filled the bridge. "I am Commander Zorax of the Galactic Council. Your presence here is a violation of our territory. Explain yourselves, or face the consequences." Akira's brow furrowed, but she maintained her composure. "Commander Zorax, I assure you that we had no intention of violating your territory. We are explorers, much like yourselves, seeking to learn about the wonders of the universe. We believe that our two species have much to gain from peaceful cooperation." There was another pause, longer this time. When Zorax spoke again, his tone was laced with suspicion. "You speak of peace, yet your ship is armed with weapons of immense power. How can we trust your intentions?" Akira's heart raced, but she kept her voice even. "The Thunderbolt is indeed equipped with advanced defensive systems, but I assure you they are purely for protection. We have no desire for conflict, only understanding." As the two leaders continued their tense exchange, the crew of the Thunderbolt watched on, their fingers poised over their consoles, ready to act at a moment's notice. The fate of two civilizations hung in the balance, and every word, every gesture, carried the weight of history, a display of human ingenuity. The tension on the bridge of the HS Thunderbolt was palpable as Captain Akira Sato and Commander Zorax continued their delicate negotiations. Despite Akira's best efforts to convey humanity's peaceful intentions, the alien leader remained skeptical, his words laced with suspicion and mistrust. Suddenly, without warning, the alien scout ship opened fire, a barrage of energy beams slicing through the void towards the Thunderbolt. The human crew reacted instantly, their training and instincts taking over. Evasive maneuvers. Akira barked, gripping the armrests of her command chair as the ship lurched to the side, narrowly avoiding the incoming fire. Lieutenant Volkov, bring our defensive systems online. The Thunderbolt's advanced shielding shimmered to life, enveloping the ship in a protective cocoon of energy. The alien weapons, despite their formidable power, splashed harmlessly against the barrier, unable to penetrate the human vessel's defenses. "Captain," Ensign Sorensen called out, her eyes wide with realization. "I think I understand why they attacked. Our attempts to communicate, combined with the Thunderbolt's impressive technology, might have been interpreted as a display of aggression." Akira's mind raced, searching for a solution. She knew that engaging the alien ship in combat would only escalate the situation and risk the lives of both crews. Suddenly, an idea struck her. "Ensign, can we use the universal translator to transmit a message directly to their ship? A message that showcases our technology not as a threat, but as a tool for peaceful cooperation?" Sorensen nodded, her fingers already dancing across her console. "I believe so, Captain. Give me a moment to configure the system." As the Thunderbolt's shields continued to absorb the alien onslaught, Akira and her crew worked furiously to compose a message that would convey their true intentions. They included schematics of their advanced medical technology, designs for sustainable energy systems, and plans for collaborative scientific endeavors. With a final keystroke, Sorensen sent the message, broadcasting it across the void on every available frequency. For a moment, the universe seemed to hold its breath. Then, as suddenly as it had begun, the alien attack ceased. The scout ship hung motionless in space, its weapons powering down. On the bridge of the Thunderbolt, a collective sigh of relief echoed through the room. "Captain," Sorensen's voice was filled with a mix of excitement and disbelief. "We're receiving a response from the alien ship. They want to initiate diplomatic discussions." Akira felt a smile tug at the corners of her mouth, a sense of pride swelling in her chest. Through ingenuity, determination, and an unwavering commitment to peace, humanity had taken its first steps into a larger universe, proving that even in the face of the unknown, there was always hope for understanding and cooperation. As the two ships, once locked in a tense standoff, now drifted side by side, a new chapter in the history of both civilizations began to unfold, a chapter written not in the language of fear and conflict, but in the universal tongue of progress and unity.